ओके ओके ओके। Fine, ma'am.
Just put the bit down so I can see your entire face. Hello, Sakleen. How's your health? And could you make me the co-host, please? Oh, Mazim Mudabbir and West Farhana, Amina, Humaira, Ahmad. Okay, fantastic. Good, good, going good. So we'll just start the session. Just give me a minute, please.
ये ठीक है पूरा खुला हमने अपना स्क्रीन इसलिए खुला सबके वीडियो
Sorry, guys, there was some problem.
Like a weed. And as you know, we've always been in Cupertino. Started in a little office park and eventually got the buildings we are in now at the corner of Deanza and 280. But we've, and those buildings hold maybe 2,600 people, 2,800 people.
Okay.
In the area. So we're renting buildings, not very good buildings either, at an ever greater radius from our campus. And we're putting people in those. And it's clear that we need to build a new campus. So we're just out of space. And that doesn't mean we don't need the one we've got. We do need it. But we need another one to augment it. And so we've got a plan that lets us stay in Cupertino. And we went out and we bought some land. And this land is kind of special to me. When I was 13, I think, I called up, Hewlett and Packard were my idols. And I called up Bill Hewlett because he lived in Palo Alto and there were no unlisted numbers in the phone book, which gives you a clue to my age. And he picked up the phone and I talked to him and I asked him if he'd give me some spare parts for something I was building called a frequency counter. And he did, but in addition to that, he gave me something way more important. He gave me a job that summer, a summer job at Hewlett Packard, right here in Santa Clara off 280, the division that built frequency counters. And I was in heaven. Well, right around that exact moment in time, Hewlett and Packard themselves were walking on some property over here in Cupertino, in Prune Ridge, and they ended up buying it. And they built their computer systems division there. And as Hewlett Packard has been shrinking lately, they decided to sell that property, and we bought it. We bought that, and we bought some adjacent property. All used to be apricot trees, apricot orchards, and we've got about 150 acres. And we would like to put a new campus on that, so that we can stay in Cupertino. And we've hired some great architects to work with, some of the best in the world, I think. And we've come up with a design that puts 12,000 people in one building. You think about that, that's rather odd. 12,000 people in one building. But we've seen these office parks with lots of buildings, and they get pretty boring pretty fast. So we'd like to do something better than that, and I'd like to take you through what we'd like to do. So this is supposed to work here. There we go. Can you see this?
Yep. Yes, we can.
Great. So here's where we are today, which is on Infinite Loop Drive, again at the intersection of De Anza and 280.
Mr. Jobs, you can actually draw on the screen. That's how high-tech we are.
Oh, good.
Use your finger. So instead of pointing in the air, you can just draw.
I don't really need to draw on the screen. It's okay. You can see it clearly. And what we've done is we've bought this land right here. We tried to buy the apartments in the corner, but they're not for sale, so we couldn't buy those. But we bought everything else. And the campus we'd like to build there is one building that holds 12,000 people. And it's a pretty amazing building. Let me show it to you. It's a little like a spaceship landed. But there it is. And it's got this gorgeous courtyard in the middle, but a lot more. So let's take a closer look at it. It's got curve. It's a circle, and so it's curved all the way around. As you know, if you build things, this is not the cheapest way to build something. There's not a straight piece of glass in this building. It's all curved, and we've used our experience in making retail buildings all over the world now. And we know how to make the biggest pieces of glass in the world for architectural use. And we want to make the glass specifically for this building here. We can make it curved like this all the way around the building. And you can see what it will look like. It's pretty cool. Again, today, about 20% of the space is landscaping. Most of it is a big asphalt parking lot, several big asphalt parking lots. So 20% of it is landscape. We want to completely change this, and we want to make 80% of it landscape. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to put most of the parking underground, so that we can have 80% be landscaped. And you can see what we have in mind. I mean, there's nothing like this on the property now. It's pretty bad. Today, there are 3,700 trees on the property. We'd like to just almost double that.
Okay, so any idea which property we were talking about? Homera, Ahmad, Munir,
Farmland property or field property?
okay. Enjoying yourself with your cousins out there in Nasir? Yeah? Cool. Homera, I need the video on, please, Homera. Okay, now this is a new rule out here. Whoever's video is off without any reason, straight to the waiting room. Yeah? Okay. Sophia, could you make me the co-host, please? Because we have the boys chatting among themselves, usually. Yeah? Okay, which property was that? Any idea?
Apple Park. Apple Health.
Fantastic. It was an Apple Park, okay, an amazing thing that they have come up with. And rather going for the, the standard times where there are just blocks of buildings, they came up with something which looks like a spaceship. Okay, Sophia, make me the host, please, Sophia.
Already the co-host.
Okay. Okay, thank you for making me the co-host. Yeah. What did we do last time? Does anybody remember, or y'all were busy sleeping? Anybody remembers, or y'all were just busy sleeping away? और you thought ठीक है यार ये थोड़ी ना important है, इस पे कौन ध्यान देता है?
Ma'am, monopoly.
Ma'am, we read about the monopoly that
Yes, yes.
monopoly market.
Yes, Muni. Wait. Yes, Safiya. Go on. You were saying we did about what is a market?
Monopoly.
Yeah. And you did about monopoly. Excellent. Okay. Anybody else wants to put into it? So we've just finished up with monopoly, right? Okay, we've done this. Just a revision. Okay. What are the three things important in a market? Is the commodity. You have your buyers and sellers and your
communication.
excellent, excellent. Okay, and we did about monopoly. Okay, so has anybody done since the last session? Did anybody do any kind of research on monopoly? Anybody? Okay, so can we just have a quick what monopoly is all about? The features of monopoly before we start with perfect competition. Yes.
Jewels wherein only you like, wherein only you can sell, none other
Fantastic.
company can
Excellent,
copy.
Safiya. So there's just one seller. Yes, Mozim Mutafir.
There's
Monopoly.
really one person who sells the thing, and
Okay. Thing. Mozim Mutafir. We're talking economics, right? So commodity. We'll use the term commodity. So there's only one person selling the commodity. Yes, Muddapir, you would like to add something to it?
And what does commodity mean?
Your goods, your products, your services. Muddapir, anything you would like to add? Sakleen, monopoly.
Only you are selling a particular thing and you don't have a competitor.
Yes, excellent. That's what Safiya said. That's what Mozam Muddapir are also saying. But something else now. Sakleen.
And ma'am, in monopoly we did.
Munif, wait, I'll come to you, Munif. Sakleen.
Where nobody can buy your products and sell.
Sorry, nobody
Like
is buying.
really,
Nobody is buying your product.
nobody can buy your product and sell. Like there are no
People will buy. Why will people not buy my
Ma'am,
product?
substitution, those are not trading.
Why will people not buy my product? I'm the only seller, so people are going to buy my product. But there will be no substitute, like Munib said. There will be no substitute for my product. So there will be nobody else manufacturing products which are similar to mine. Yes, Ahmad, tell me. Ahmad, any other feature?
yes,
Monopoly, any other feature apart from the game?
they're not legal.
Sorry?
They're not allowed in the law.
Okay, that's not allowed. Okay, yes. But then also you do have some monopoly still existing in the market. Okay, Munir, yes.
Ma'am, if you are like leader of monopoly market and nobody is there, so ma'am, like nobody can come also. If someone is coming, you cannot let that come. It cannot happen.
Okay, Humaira, any point
And
you
ma'am,
would like to add? Munir, but we move on to others. We give everybody a chance. Humaira, would you like to add something to it? Amina, monopoly, think about it. You're the only seller. So what advantage do you have?
There's no competitors. So a lot of people. Monopoly market, you have the benefit.
I think Farana, there's some problem with the internet. In fact, my internet too today. Yeah. Yes, Amina, you were saying something.
You are the only seller, so everybody will come to you because there's nobody else to say the same product.
I have internet problem. Abhi. Okay, so Monopoly is a single firm. I don't know who better. Okay, I'm sorry. There's a problem with the internet today, so kindly bear. Okay, so monopoly would be like again a single firm, no close substitute of any product. You are the price maker, so you can keep any even the high amount of price is perfectly okay. No entry of new firm in the market and maximize. So what would be your perfect competition be? Come on, tell me. What do you think would be the perfect competition? Abdullah Saqib, could we have the video on, please?
There's a competitor who is competing with you.
Yeah, it's okay for being late, but just keep the video on. Okay, excellent, Amina. That means you have perfect competition. So that means it won't be only single firm. You'll be having many firms in there. Anybody else would like to say? You can just see the monopoly and accordingly, you all can just think what a perfect competition would be.
Substitute. Close
Yes,
substitute.
yes, Safiya?
Close substitute.
Yes,
Where there are
exactly.
competitors.
Yes, Acclaim?
Where there are competitors.
Exactly. There'll be competitors and they'll be making products same like yours also, and there'll be a substitute of your product also. So
There will
basically,
be no maximum profit.
yes, there would be no maximizing profit. Exactly, Abdullah. The reason is why, because you'll be having many competitors. So that time your pricing will be very much like, you cannot keep high prices. You have to take into consideration the market value and then raise your price. What else?
Many new companies will come in the same field.
Yes, there would be. It's a perfect competition. Like, everybody can join in. Anybody can join in. It's a free market basically. So when I'm talking about these things, okay, perfect competition. You'll have large number of buyers and sellers. Homogeneous products. Okay, that means you have people making same products, or people will be making your substitute product. Free entry and exit. Amina decides, okay, I want to manufacture bottled water. She enters in the market and then she realizes, no, there's lots of money not in bottled water rather than making drinks. So I rather make drinks, soft drinks. Okay, and then she might shift into making soft drinks. So it's a free entry and exit. And maximized profit will be only pertaining to the competitors and to the market value. So I hope you understand the difference between monopoly and perfect competition. Okay, now I want you all to give me an example of monopoly market in India. Come on, guys. Do you think monopoly market is still there in India?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
you told
No,
us
the
that
man.
government. Ma'am, you told us
government
that
has stopped monopoly market.
Okay, Munib, the government doesn't allow. Yes, anybody else?
You only said that in last class.
Okay, yes, anybody else? Do you think there's monopoly in India?
No, man.
Maybe.
no.
No? Okay. Think. It's one of the service industries in India.
Reliance.
Ma'am,
Yeah. It is related to one of the service industries in India.
ma'am, we cannot see you. Achha, yes, you can see you now.
Anybody? Monopoly in India?
Ma'am, I just had a question, ma'am.
Monopoly, Okay, Reliance, Sakleen, I like that. But what Reliance?
Ma'am.
Which product? Yes, which industry?
Ma'am, I had a question.
Yes, Abdullah.
For example, Kidzania. Does anyone have same like Kidzania in India or anywhere? Like?
Sorry, Kidzania.
Is anyone doing something like that? That type
Oh
of
yes,
business?
you have so many things like Kidzania. You have your Lego theme park in England. You have your Disney World. Okay, and then you have so many
No, I
others
mean in
also.
India
But
only. In
Kidzania
India
is not
only.
a monopoly. Why? Because Kidzania. Yes, you have Essel World and you have so many other amusement parks in India as well. Okay, Magica and all. So it's quite all right. You wouldn't call Kidzania as a monopoly because it's in the field of amusement and there are many other. Remember, monopoly does not have any kind of substitute also. Okay, so anybody? How about your railways?
Ma'am, railways are there all over the world.
Yeah?
Railways are there all over the world. Like for
Who's handling the railway in India?
metro, then monorail which goes from top.
Sources down the line to others. Initially, our passport, even the passport processing in India was a monopoly handled by the government itself. It's just that some years back they did. Okay, so earlier airport, yes, airport you would say, but the flights, the airplanes, that's a perfect competitive market because you have airplanes coming from America, from European countries, from airport. Yeah, they've outsourced it. Okay, flights, I would say flights are perfect competitive market. They wouldn't be monopoly. Any other example of monopoly that comes to your mind?
Ma'am, hospitals.
Can you all Google it for me? Monopoly in India. Can you
Ma'am,
Google it for me?
hospitals, ma'am. Hospitals.
Hospital, we have many hospitals, right? I think I'll just change this to.
Ma'am, it is showing
Indian
for the
Railway.
flights.
Railway.
Exactly, railway is one answer. Excellent. What else do we have?
Indigo
Thermal
Airlines.
energy.
Yes, thermal energy. So it's railway and thermal energy. Excellent, excellent. Okay, now perfect competitive. What else do you think?
DMart.
Perfect competitive markets. There are so many. It's monopoly, which is difficult to find, right? In perfect competition, you have so many of them. Come on, guys. You don't
Like
need to think
Big
of.
Bazaar
Yeah, Big
or
Bazaar.
DMart.
Excellent. What else? The shoes you wear.
Ma'am, Vodafone.
Yeah, the shoes you wear, the phones you use.
Yes,
Are they all perfect competitive
Reliance.
markets?
Yes, Bank, Reliance, SBI.
Yes, Munib.
Ma'am,
Excellent,
ma'am,
excellent.
this is something LAURUS, Laur or something.
Okay, Munib. We give others a chance. Yes. Safiya, any examples of perfect competitive market?
Ma'am, supermarkets.
Yes, exactly. Supermarket. What else do we have?
Restaurants.
Okay. Okay. Like I said, the shoes you wear, the phones you use, the medicines, they all are what? They are perfect competition because you have so many people selling phones, so many people selling your laptops, okay? So many people actually even selling the shoes that you're wearing, your electrical appliances at home. These all are your perfect competitive market, okay? So now what we did till now was the structure of the market depending on the number of buyers and sellers. Okay, number of buyers and sellers. When it was one, it was monopoly. When it was more than one, it was perfect competition.
Yes.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to see how the market is
Ma'am, we cannot hear you nor see you.
Today it's a really bad day with the internet. I don't know why. I'll have to call the vendor again. Okay, when I say channels of distribution, what do I mean by channels of distribution?
Ma'am, many companies selling one product.
Okay. Channels of distribution. Yes, Safiya, Amina, what would be the channels of distribution? Abdullah, think about it. You are a manufacturer, you're a producer, you made a product, okay, and now you have to distribute it. So what would be the channels of distribution? Ahmad?
Advertising.
Yes, Acclaim?
Advertising.
Advertising, okay. What else? What do you think? Distribution. How will you distribute it in the market? Your products.
Ma'am, on one channel like
Ma'am, low prices.
ads, you will put ads of your company. If
Okay.
you are like selling a Bisleri bottle, so you will put an ad of Bisleri.
Okay, Munib. Okay, that's what Saklain said. Yes,
Low
Abdullah.
price, ma'am.
Low
Low
price.
price.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Ahmad. What would you do? Do we have Ahmed with us or have we lost him?
Ma'am,
Mazam Mudabbir, yes, go on.
distributing it equally. Like
Sorry?
distributing it equally. Like some companies they distribute, Polish people they will distribute like more if they give more money. So you get it like in that for one bottle, like for yeah, you distribute that thing equally among like in one chips packet there you put 5, then in the other chips packet you put 10. Like for
Okay.
like for rich people also the money should be the same, and for even the poor the money should be the same.
Okay.
But like
Yes, Mazam Mudabbir.
when they give you more money so you give them more, and the poor people they give you less money so you take it as a less, so you should be equal.
Okay, 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 Safiya. Yes, Mazam Mudabbir, what do you think are the channels of distribution?
Channels of distribution, like on which places you have your shop where people can get your products.
Excellent, excellent. But go a bit more into it, Mudabbir. Which places you have your stock? Okay. So now think about it. The quantity I'm talking about of the stock. Go on. What do you think? Would quantity-wise, what would be your channel of distribution be?
The places where you don't get these things.
Okay, okay, yes. Go
Your
on.
manufacturing place,
Sorry.
place where you manufacture your products.
Okay, but think a bit on those lines. Come on, guys. Think, think, think. You know, I would say, I would just give an example. A hint is like maybe a supermarket or a washi market and your local vegetable vendor.
Ma'am, channel distribution is like if you are selling one thing and it goes on to sell and until it
No,
reaches.
Munib, no, 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 no. I'm not looking for that. Yes, tell me your supermarket or your vegetable market at Washi and your local grocery guy. What's the difference between the two?
But the washi is the big market is the big and the vegetable.
Public awareness.
Sorry, Mudabbir?
Public awareness.
Public awareness. Okay, come on, guys, think about it.
Wholesale and retail.
I know.
Vegetable, huge market in Washi.
Pricing.
No, Munib. Vegetable, huge market in Washi. And your local vegetable vendor.
Ma'am,
What
wholesale and
is the
retail.
difference? Yes, Mazim?
Wholesale and retail.
Exactly, guys. Wholesale and retail. You're not even getting the hint when I kept on saying it was your vegetable guy, local vegetable guy, and it was your wholesale guy at Vashi. Okay, so you have your wholesale, you have your retail, and you have your online. These are the different channels of distribution. Okay, now tell me what would be my wholesale be, and what is my retail, and what is my online? Come on, tell me.
You buy online like Amazon.
Thank you, Muneeb. That is online, exactly.
Wholesale is large quantities and low prices.
Like Washi market, you said that is.
Okay, so if I have large quantities, yes, Muneeb, we give everybody a chance, Muneeb, okay? Because what is happening is just you talking and the others are not getting a chance to talk, okay? So when I have wholesale market, what are the advantages of having a wholesale market? First thing is, what are the features of wholesale market? Tell me that.
They are selling in large quantities.
Exactly.
And low prices.
At low prices. So why do you think they can afford to sell large quantities and low prices? Rahman.
Because, ma'am, maybe they'll be buying large quantities in low prices only.
Exactly.
More people will come and buy the product because we are selling
Excellent.
large.
Excellent. Excellent. What happens is because they are selling such large and huge quantities, that's one of the reasons maximum people will come to buy them. So they have the advantage of volume of large sales, and that's the reason they will make great profit. Okay, what is the other feature? Tell me. Or what do you think are the advantages or the disadvantages? Aja. What do you think are the advantages and disadvantages of wholesale? Yeah. Think. Don't think as a student right now. Think that you are a wholesaler. What are the things that are advantage to you, and what are the things that are disadvantage to you?
More money because a lot of
Advantage is that everybody can buy, even retailers and consumers.
Okay. What else? Just excuse me for a minute, please. Thank you. Okay, so if you have a wholesaler, if you are a wholesaler, what do you think you have advantages and what are the disadvantages?
Disadvantage would be the products will get over very soon because
Okay.
we're selling it in a very large quantity, and then
Okay.
you have to again and again buy the product.
Okay. Okay. So
But no, ma'am, but you're
that
buying
is
also
like
in large quantities only. Ma'am.
yes, Abdullah.
You're buying also in large quantities.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. So what do you think the wholesalers usually buy from producers? Manufacturers, or where do they buy from?
Manufacturers.
Okay, excellent.
We can even buy from other wholesalers, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Some of them could buy from other wholesalers also. Okay, so Sophia, if they're finishing it fast, it's good for them. But being time, that means their rotation should be such that they keep on
Yeah.
getting more goods. Yes, perfect. So
But
that means
ma'am,
that
there is
you
a
have to be very
disadvantage.
particular. Okay. What other? Tell me some disadvantage for a wholesaler.
Ma'am, for example, if now many people have stopped buying many things, so they have a large quantity of products with them, and but they are not being able to sell it.
Okay, okay.
And
Well,
pandemic.
Ma'am, it
pandemic.
will need a lot of space also.
Exactly. That is one of the. See, if you are a wholesaler, first thing is you have to come up with godowns or warehouses where you can store your stuff. Because when it's a wholesaler, usually you have to people buy in large quantities. You are buying in bulk quantities. So where would you store it? Okay, right. Now,
And the
what about
pandemic.
retailer?
And the pandemic is a disadvantage because people can't go out in the pandemic, so they were having a loss. So if they are
Okay.
not selling it online, they don't have a company which is online, so they are having a loss even if they have that much money, but no one is there to buy it from them. So that's a pandemic.
Okay. What about retailers? Retailers, what do you
The
think?
person, the
They will
people,
buy from the wholesaler.
They buy from the wholesalers. Excellent, acclaimed. And what
And
is
ma'am,
huge quantity.
they need only a little space because they don't buy like in large quantities like wholesalers.
They
okay?
buy it in less quantity, but they sell it in a very huge price.
Hmm. That is one of the features of retailers, that they will sell in the regular normal price. Wholesalers always give you a discounted price. Your wholesaler price will be always lesser than the price given by the retailer. And the retailer will definitely sell it on your MRP. If you see any product, there will be an MRP written on it. That's your maximum retail price. So again, the retailer cannot sell it to you on a price more than your MRP. Okay. So what else do you think, Mazim Mudaffir, Amina, Humaira? What do you think, Ahmed, for retailers? The positives and the negatives of being a retailer. Think you are a retailer. So
Less
what would
people
be?
will buy from you.
Okay, less
The
people.
retailer, you buy from the wholesaler in less price and you can sell it at a high price, so you're making profit.
Yeah, that's a perfect advantage. That's what the retailers do. They buy it from the wholesalers. Okay. So
Ma'am,
they
retailers actually have like
do is they sell it to the consumers. Consumers is the end one who finally uses that product at a higher price. So they get a more profit. Okay. What else?
some retailers have an advantage. Like, ma'am, in one lane there is only one retailer shop. So, ma'am, whoever lives there can only buy from the wholesaler. If they want to buy from the retailer, if they want to buy from the wholesaler, they will have to go too far. So, the retailer has an advantage of that.
Okay. Okay. What else do you think? Guys, come on. What
Man,
are
if
the
a
advantages? What are the
if
disadvantages
a
of being a
retailer
retailer?
sells his product in a place wherein there no one sells there, so he has an advantage. Like many people will come to him.
Think as a retailer. Think you have your shop. You know,
There
you
is
have
a
your
place,
shop.
like there is a place in America where no one sells that product, and like they need it a lot. So they can sell in a very huge price, and people will start buying, and then they have the advantage
Okay.
in that.
Anybody else? Abdullah, Sakleen?
Ma'am, in a retailer, so the disadvantage is that you have to be there at the shop like every time.
Okay.
Because like a wholesaler, you can just give it in bulk, but a retailer, you have to show them, you have to show your customers and
Okay, okay. So basically, you need to have more promotion and advertising when you are a retailer. So people will come to your shop and buy it. Okay. Anything else, Ahmad, you want to put in? The retailer disadvantage, advantage? Are you understanding, Ahmad, or you're not getting a hang of
Profit
it?
and loss.
Yes, Acclaim?
The profit and loss depends where he opens the shop. Like if he's opening a shop where more retailers are making their shops nearby.
So he has a less
Very
advantage.
true, very true. It's going to be affected by the people around him. Okay. Other thing, tell me one thing. Does a retailer have the facility of giving more choices than the wholesaler?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
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 A
Ma'am,
retailer, like supposingly a wholesaler, if you are a wholesaler, let's talk about maybe shampoos, okay? If you are a wholesaler, you would stock maybe just the product of what shampoos? Head and shoulder? All the products of head and shoulder. But if you are a retailer, you're going to have head. You are a wholesaler, again, you have that disadvantage. Okay. And online thing, yes, fantastic. Online, we all know that online is
ma'am,
very easy and mostly preferable. Yes, Farhana?
and there is one more advantage that if the product is defective, so it's not the retailer, it's the wholesaler.
Yeah,
Like you
you
can
can
blame the
send it back to
wholesaler.
the wholesaler. Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay. Now, what about the online thing? What are the advantages and disadvantages of online?
You get the exact pricing and the exact product that you want.
Yeah.
But ma'am, retailers change price of their product also
Okay,
in different seasons or something.
okay. Yes, Abdullah, Ahmad, Amina, anybody online? What are the advantages of online
The
channel of
advantage
distribution?
of online is that you only need a warehouse, like, and you don't need a shop to sell. So the people will buy online.
Excellent. You know, Mudabbir, at times you don't even need a warehouse. You just need to connect people, right? Like if you are into auto parts, okay, so you know, okay, you're getting these particular parts out here. Suppose Saklane is selling those parts. So if you get a buyer, all you have to do is just inform Saklane that please do a delivery over there. That's it. Like the way Amazon works at times, okay, they have warehouse. But there are times, you know, you don't even need an office or a go down or a warehouse. All you need is a laptop and you need to have good skills wherein you will just find the buyers and the sellers and connect them and make a profit out of it. Okay. So online, anything else anybody wants to put in?
Ma'am, one more
Disadvantages
advantage
and
is that okay, you don't have to pay your people. So like if you have a shop, so you need to have people, but here you don't need to have people, so you can like you have all the profit to yourself.
my disadvantage is the
See, in
internet
online, like,
connection.
okay, yes. In online, you're saving on your overhead expenses. Like if you have a retail shop, so you have to pay for the electricity, you'll be paying for the rent, you'll be paying for the taxes to the government, right? You'll be paying the employees, okay? Again, in warehouse, again, you have to pay all that. But when it is an online thing, obviously your overhead expenses are cut down. So that means you're making more profit or you'll be selling more products. Why? Because your prices will be lesser than those which you're selling in retail. Have you noticed that in retail, the prices of a product might be higher, but online when you check it, the prices are lesser? Have you checked that? Has that happened?
Yes.
Has that happened? Like a phone, okay? Suppose it might be costing 25,000 when you go to the
Ma'am,
shop.
I have a question.
Farhan, I think you need to mute yourself, please. Okay, I'll mute you. The voice is echoing. Okay, so at times it so happens online. Okay, the price of the phone might be 25,000 when you go to the shop, but when you go check online, it might be 23,000. Why can they afford 3,000? Why 2,000 less? Because their overhead expenses are much lesser.
And they
Okay,
have a
They
better.
don't have to pay the rent of the
this
shop
is
or
it
anything.
about market. What
So
a
this is a
market is
saving, ma'am.
and what are the different structures of the market. No, they don't have to pay. So they can afford to sell the product at a lesser rate.
So they don't have to pay the rent and that stuff. No, that's why they're selling it at low prices.
Yeah, that's an advantage. Online, that's an advantage, right?
My disadvantage
Some
is
disadvantage.
internet connection.
Disadvantage is
Internet connection.
okay, internet. Like I'm having an internet connection today,
Yeah. So
a real bad
if
And
one.
selling throughout the
if you have an
season.
internet connection, you can't sell many products.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
Farhan and myself.
disadvantage,
Yes.
disadvantage in online is that, for example, if you are selling something and the truck which your stock is being delivered in a truck, maybe the truck goes too fast or something, and and it may damage the product inside.
Yeah. So again, damaged goods, okay. But then again, that is one thing which is with retailers also and wholesalers also. So that we take it with a pinch of salt. But
Selling
online, it is a much more disadvantage because what will happen is like maybe the product when it leaves the warehouse, it is in a good shape, but in transport, it is being damaged. Okay, in retail, what happens? The person sees the product by their own eyes and they know it's good and they buy it. So of course, the liability is more. Abdullah, what you're saying is exactly true. In online, the liability with us is more. So this is
Yeah,
what market was on.
and
Yes,
Maybe your
Safiya?
customers will start
yeah,
like not believing
the
you.
you yeah when when we sell online, the delivery man, you take it as the customer, you see it as a very good picture of it, but after some time when the customers they see the color, like you buy a football jersey of Germany,
It always happens,
if
huh?
it yeah, and by mistakenly in online, because many people buy, so you by mistakenly sell it to some other person, like you put a hashtag of some other person, then
I know.
that person will have a disadvantage, they will say that
Exactly,
we didn't get a
exactly.
product.
Okay. So now I'll have to end the session. It's already time up. Okay. So this was the basic about your market, the structure of the market, the monopoly, the different channels of distribution. Any confusion, any queries, get back. I'll send the pictures again, go through it because again, assessment would be there and we'll be covering these topics. So thank you so much. Bye everybody. And sorry, extremely sorry for the net connection. I really
That's
had a problem
fine.
today. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.